So right about now, you're probably getting close to level 110 if you're taking it a little bit slower, taking the expansion a little bit slower. You're at level 110, or you're gearing up your character in order to get ready for those mythics, or those raids that are coming out soon, or the PvP season that's coming out soon. You're trying to get as high of an item level as you can in order to get as high of stats as you can in PvP or PvE in general, or whatever it is in the game, right? And I was able to get level 110 a couple hours after the expansion launched. Like, I was very quick about it. I stayed up all night. I played with Hansel. We didn't sleep for 2 days. Like, it was pretty crazy. But now we're to the point where everyone else is starting to get 110. And I think it'd be really cool to share my story of how I geared up this character very quickly, because I was able to go from like a 760 item level all the way up to 844 in just a few days. And 844 is considered a pretty high item level right now. So with all that being said, I want to talk a little bit about this in a sequential manner, because I was able to take it from like one spot, and then I would move on to the next thing, and then I would move on to the next thing over a couple days, and I want to talk about that from the very first thing that I did. Okay, so when you get level 110, you're going to be given a quest. Okay, so this quest is going to be you're going to have to get reputations, or friendly reputation, with all of the reputations throughout Legion. So there's 6 of them, and all of this stuff can be done actually through the questing available in Legion. So you literally just have to play the game, you have to do the quest in order to get these reputations up, and whenever you get to friendly, you're going to unlock something called World Quests. And there's a lot that I want to talk about with World Quests, because they're brand new to Legion, and a lot of you PvPers out there may not have been paying attention to it, or not know a lot about it as we're transitioning into the expansion, right? So here's the thing. World Quests can give a lot of different things. They can give artifact power, like from that one. They can give Blood of Sargeras for professions. They can give straight up gold. They can give PvP gear, which is really important. Like this PvP one right here gives me a PvP trinket that can actually be up to 810 if it were to Warforge, which is a really big deal. And then also there is like order resources, and again, there's also guaranteed loot. And this is one that I want to talk about, because guaranteed loot is something that's very important for Legion if you're trying to gear up quickly. You could be spamming those normal mode dungeons or those battlegrounds in hopes that you like randomly get a piece, but in my opinion, it's faster and more beneficial to get just get the pieces from the world quests that are available to you on the map. So be sure to get that done, because this is really going to help you get into those heroic dungeons, get into those mythic dungeons, and just overall have better gear ready for whenever you're doing stuff that actually matters, because this is more of like a, how do you put it, like a in-between point right now, right? So again, with these world quests, they pop up all the time, pretty much all the time. And there's a new app on your phone that you can get, and that is going to be called like the WoW Legion Companion or whatever, where you can monitor it on your phone. So you don't always have to be playing WoW. If you're more of a casual player, you can just download the app, look at your app every now and then, and see if there's any world quests worth logging on to do in order to get that guaranteed loot. Like, as you can see, I can get an 830 item level piece right here and an 830 item level piece right here. If you're just hitting 110, your gear is not going to be at 830 item level. How it works is it actually scales up with your item levels. So since I have an 844 item level, I'm going to get pieces popping up on my map that is going to be correlating to my item level. So if you have like a 780 item level, you may see an 805 piece popping up, or whatever it is, right? So be sure to do those world quests. It's very, very important to the game for just starting out your character and getting that gear up ready to go for heroics. And heroics are going to be my next point. Heroic dungeons are going to be something that you're going to be spamming when you don't have any world quests left. So it requires you to get to that 810 item level minimum requirement, and whenever you get to that 810, you can pretty much just go into your Dungeons and Raid, Dungeon Finder, and just spam random Legion Heroic. And what this will do is it'll give you a chance in order to get that 825 item level pieces out of these heroics, and they reset daily, which is a really big deal. So with these 825 item level pieces, you're going to pretty much do as much as you can in order to queue these until like you have the proper item level where these dungeons really don't matter to you anymore in terms of the heroics. Like you can get 825 item level pieces, and they can actually Warforge or Titan Forge randomly. And what that means is it's going to give you a higher item level than the normal piece, which would be 825. So you can get upwards of like, I think 845 is the highest you can get in a heroic if it were to Titan Forge all the way up there. I think it's 845. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I'm pretty sure you can get 20 item level or 20 item levels above what you have, like, or it might be even 15. I'm not sure what it is, but regardless, guys, be sure to be spamming heroics because they reset daily. You can do as many as you want in order to get that gear very quickly, depending on how hardcore you are as a player and how fast you're trying to gear. But regardless, guys, once you get to that 825, 830 item level range, you're going to be doing mythics, okay? So mythics are really important to the game. They're the highest level of gearing that you can do currently before the rating and the PvP, all that stuff is out. So with mythics, that's pretty much all the gear that I have right now. Like, I have a mythic Warforged belt, I've got a mythic pants, I've got a mythic ring, I've got, I don't know, mythic relics. Like, that is something that you're going to be able to do weekly, and these are a little bit harder, so be sure to have a decent item level before going in. But if you're a good player, if you're really confident in what you're doing, then you might be able to go in there at about an 815, 820 item level and get it done pretty quickly, you know, regardless. Or maybe not even quickly. You may have to take it a little bit slower. You're going to have to do a little bit more CC, whatever it is. But this is like the top of the line dungeons that you're going to be able to do for right now. And that's really like the pinnacle of what you're going to be doing in order to gear up. That's how I was able to get such a high item level, by doing these mythics that reset weekly. So you're only able to do each of the dungeons on mythic difficulty weekly, but it's really important that you do those. And what's really cool about mythics is that you can actually trade the gear between your group. And that's actually for every dungeon. That's just not mythic, but you can trade the gear for between your groups. So if you have 3 clothies, you have 3, like a warlock, a mage, and a shadow priest in your group, and say your shadow priest gets a mythic piece that he doesn't need, he can actually trade it to either the warlock or the mage. So it's more efficient for you guys to be playing with people that have the same gear type as you, because you can trade that gear in between each other if it's not an upgrade for the person who receives it, and then you can use that to your advantage, or trade between friends, whatever it is, right? And I think that's really beneficial. But the last thing I want to talk about today is going to be the class order hall campaign. This is something that I was able to get with my my artifact. It took me about a week to do because of all the like stupid garrison Facebook quests that you have to do. That takes a lot of time. But if you do them efficiently, if you do them like right as they pop, then you're going to be able to get it done in about a week. And what this is going to do is it's actually going to unlock your 3rd item slot in your artifact and give you a really cool skin and title. Like, I have the Archmage title, or Archmage, whatever it is, and I have this really cool artifact skin that's really nice, and I have it on all of them. And you unlock your last relic slot, which is really, really important, because this weapon, for pretty much all the classes, gives you the most amount of damage. Like, I think I got 3,000 intellect just from putting in that relic slot, and it's really, really important to do. So be sure to be doing that class order hall campaign at all times. Get it done, or else you're going to regret it. You're going to be a lot weaker than a lot of your friends in those raids, or your guildies, or whatever it is, guys. But regardless, guys, those are pretty much my tips. Just be sure to do world quest, then heroics, then mythics, and be doing your garrison stuff, or your order hall stuff, and then also do world quest as they spawn throughout the whole gearing process. But regardless, guys, I hope you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to give a big thumbs up, or if you have any tips for new players, be sure to leave a comment down below. I would love to hear you guys, hear your guys' experience throughout gearing in Legion. And you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not already. That will definitely notify you whenever new videos come out. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.